I want to say welcome to Archbald, but I want to reverse that and say thank you for welcoming us to Archbald. My name is Dominic Azzarelli. I'm with the Azzarelli family. One of our favorite things to do is, well, we've been doing history now for how many years, Mags? 10 years? And we enjoy going to different communities. We're based out of Scranton. We do a lot of history stuff down in the city, but we definitely enjoy coming up. We've been to German, and we've been to Archbald before. One of the greatest things I could say about this play before the play actually starts is, it's my personal opinion that this performance that you're going to see is just the icing on the cake, because we had such a great time preparing this in the past 6 weeks or so. There's going to be some stories to tell, and I'm sure the Rowdy Bunch will be able to tell you. So, without any further ado, I present to you The Death of an Innocent Man. Places. Major Octavius Bull writes home to his brother Luke on August 1st, 1862. The sentiments of his letter reflect that of thousands of other letters sent home from the Army of the Potomac in those tumultuous days. What has become of the much vaunted bravery and stubborn will of the Northern freemen? How is it that beside the bounty of $100 given by the U.S., the state must add half as much more? And then how very rapidly recruiting progresses. Truly, Northern freemen do love their country. Yes, so much that no inducement except positive force can get them over state lines. Oh, what patriotism! Ain't you proud of your birthright? We can never conquer the South in this way. Don't you begin to realize it? How now about the war being over in 3 months? But I'm sick of this subject. We've been here begging for reinforcements from a population of 20 millions and have received but 2 brigades, the aggregate of which is probably 3,000 men, not more. Those close to the Northern War effort began to wake up to reality by the summer of 1862. The war wasn't going to end anytime soon, and volunteers were just not that eager to sign up for the cause. Secretary of State Seward wrote privately on July 8th that he feared a draft would soon be needed. But he cautioned, we must prove that it is so by trying the old way.
Where's this Captain Brennan from?
He's from Carbondale.
What does he want with us?
That's that Shields Guard he's trying to raise recruits for.
Well, I'm not signing up for anything.
Hey, he's about to speak.
Fellow citizens, in appearing before you this evening, I must tell you with great reluctance that you have not manifested the spirit of patriotism which the American citizen should do. For the purpose of maintaining the Constitution and the Union as it was. I do not ask any man to do anything I wouldn't do myself. The bitterness of the rebel leaders have reached a point that it becomes the duty of every Democrat and every real friend of the Union and the Constitution to stand up to those sacred rights that have been transmitted to us by the fathers of the Revolution. 2 years ago, you saw the wide awakes strutting down the streets with their fancy hat and capes. Men who will not put down that rebellion now, but have done everything to put it up. It therefore becomes the duty of every man here to buckle on their armor and prepare to defend the country at all hazards in favor of constitutional law, order, and liberty.
Yeah, liberty.
The democracy here and everywhere else throughout the free states has opposed the heresy of the secession and stood by the Constitution and the Union, and will do so and I will do so until the end of this unnatural and suicidal war. Nay more, they nobly volunteered by the hundreds of thousands to defend the flag of our country and to save the Union from the hands of the spoiler, and will continue to do so until this war shall come to an end. So rally round the flag, boys, and enlist in the Shields Guard. And under the leadership of myself, Captain James Brennan, and Lieutenants Lundy and Ward, we shall reach our quota and put down this rebellion and maintain the law of the country.
Under the Federal Militia Act of 1862, all able-bodied men from the ages of 18 to 45 were required to enroll just in case a draft was needed. The process of enrollment was handed down from the government to the states to the local municipalities. The the county assessors would take the names and place them in enrollment books, noting physical disabilities and time already spent in the service. They then would give these enrollment books over to the county sheriffs, who would do the actual drafting. The process mimicked that of picking a jury for that county. In other words, the names were assigned numbers, and then the numbers were put into a drum called a jury wheel. This process was met with a lot of resistance throughout the state, and Archbald was no exception. Namely, the Archbald women. You see, Marshal Spangenberg came up from Scranton to start the enrollment process, and well, as soon as he started knocking on doors, he was met with rolling pins and broomsticks. You see, the ladies did not want their men going off to war. They didn't want their husbands going to war, and they didn't want their sons going to war. A draft hasn't taken place yet in the Union. This was kind of new to them, and there was no way they were going to get drafted. And the ladies made sure of that. They ran Marshal Spangenberg right out of town. It wasn't until Mr. Roser came up from Scranton and a few of his men, that's when things started happening. If that was a good thing, I don't know. We'll leave you to decide.
I insist you tell me your name, sir.
I already told you. I told my name to that fellow Brennan. And I'm not going to tell you again.
Well, I'm not Brennan. Don't you know that if you don't tell me your name, you're going to go to jail? Where's your patriotism, man? Don't you love your country? You leave me a little recourse, then. You're going to jail.
Oh, no! No, please! Please don't take my husband. He means you no harm.
If your husband does not tell me his name, he's going to jail.
Oh, no, sir, please don't take my husband to jail. We have 12 children, another on the way. If you take him to jail, they'll starve. Please don't let my baby starve.
13, you say? No one responsible for starving children. You can go.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you.
Just get out.
I think we better leave, Bridget. That bladder state doesn't know what he's talking about, I think.
Mr. Roser continued with his duties without incident. That was until the end of the day. Upon leaving, as he attempted to cross the bridge over White Oak Run, he was met with resistance by the ladies of the town. A war of words ensued. Stones were thrown. Mr. Roser was forced to return with the ladies on his boot heels. He found refuge in the company of the office of Eaton and Company.
Come on out, you yellow-bellied chicken!
Yeah, come and try it, enroll us.
Yeah.
Let's break the door down. down and take them out ourselves.
Ladies, please. Let the man go peacefully. This ain't solving nothing.
Listen, your last chance, Rosa. Come out or we're coming in. No, we're coming in. Come on, let's go.
Ladies, wait. Mr. Rossler is offering a truce. He will pay $25 if you give up the enrollment books he left back at the hotel. And he promises to never come back here again if you let him go unharmed.
No, we're not going to buy that situation. We're not going to let them go through this. No way. No, we're not. We don't want no part of that. No part.
No, we don't want his blood money, but we want the books. And we want him to swear to never show his measly white face around here again.
I swear.
Final.
George Simpson goes back to the hotel to look for the books in question. Unfortunately, the enrollment officers that he meets there would not hand over the books, despite the truce from Rossler. George returns and explains this current event to the waiting women, and excuse the expression, but all hell breaks loose.
Ladies, please, come on. Whoa.
Mr. Rossler was pursued by the ladies until he ended up at his wagon, where he was able to get away without any further injury. He decided to pull out his revolver and shoot over the riotous crowd's head. Unfortunately, a man by the name of Gosher was struck in the leg. The wound was not life-threatening, but next time, others might not be so lucky. And yes, there will be a next time.
You don't want him. He's a sleepwalker. You don't.
It doesn't matter if he's asleep or not.
He just wants to stay here, help his family, help his own. You don't want him. He's not coming.
We're just trying to do our job, really. You don't understand.
You really don't want him.
You gotta come over here. There's something going on.
No, you don't want him.
Ladies,
Oh, you don't
ladies,
want him. No, go.
Just go home.
You go home, or else we'll give you the same treatment we gave that weasel, Mr. Ross.
You will not, madam. I've instructed me men to shoot anyone who interferes with this enrollment. Now disperse. Fire!
Are you sure you don't want some dessert? I made an apple pie.
No, I'm full. I think I gotta go over to church and check on some of the work I did. I'll see you later.
Patrick Cooligan, 50 years old, had his hand blown off. The six-year-old child of Patrick Dewar was shot through the hip joint. John Caffrey, 28 years old, had a mini ball go through his arm and another through the back of his neck. Michael Caffrey was shot through the arm, thigh, and shoulder. 60-year-old James Grogan was shot through the thigh and arm. And Frank Cosgrove was shot in the thigh and ankle. Patrick Gilmartin was one of the first settlers of the borough of Archbald. Upon leaving his house, to walk over to the old St. Thomas Aquinas Church, he was shot and killed by an errant volley from the marshal's posse. His wife Ellen came out when she heard what was going on. She too was shot in the foot, but she survived. I'm standing in front of the Gilmartin family residence. Homestead, actually. Patrick Gilmartin was born in Ross County, Mayo, Ireland in 1812. He came to America in 1863. He originally settled in Maryland. A year after that, he went back to the homeland, fell in love with Helen Cook. They were married by 82, I think it was. 68, I'm sorry, they were married by 68. The couple eventually had 6 children, ranging from the ages of 10 to 19. Patrick Gilmartin came back to America and became a public works contractor, a contractor for the public works. And upon pursuing his career, he settled in Archbald and built the first house on the east side of the Lackawanna River. In 1850, he opened up a general store next door to the house, and he was a merchant there until the time of his death. So please, let us bow our heads and have a moment of silence for an unfortunate casualty of war, Patrick Gilmartin. Before we give the cast their due, I have a few thank yous to make. Like I mentioned before, the Azzarelli family is always thrilled to come to different communities. The Archbald community is hugely involved in the historical stuff. And every time I told someone that I knew that I was doing a play in Archbald, they would ignorantly say, "Oh, is it about the pothole?" And there's really nothing wrong with the Archbald pothole. That's the thing that I say ignorant, because I actually enjoyed reading about it and how it was formed. But not everybody is a freak for that kind of thing, science. But no, I actually explained to them that, yes, there was a man that got killed. And I'm sure this happened in a few other towns. I don't know if anybody ever got killed. But that's where you come in, folks, because preserving history is something that we all could do. If some of you, if you just went home today and remembered or shared some of what you learned today, that's preserving history. That is the goal for the Azzarelli family and the Archbald Historical Society and every other community historical society in this area. We enjoy doing this, and as much as you enjoy being here, this is an awesome crowd to be here. I guess the moral of the story, if you had one, my favorite moral of the story is he should have had the pie. But you take away from it what you will. It's a historical reenactment. Obviously, we can't get totally correct on this because we weren't there. Some of our information is passed down a few times. But it's up to you. If you have a computer, go on Google. I do not recommend Wikipedia, but it is a start. There are other places. If you could get away from your computer and maybe head down to the library has tons of periodicals that is very helpful. And you could ask my wife, Margot. Here's the first round of applause and first thank you I want to make is to Margot Azzarelli for writing this play. She shares the research work with Ed Casey, who actually put this day on. If it wasn't for Ed Casey, we wouldn't be here. Whether these people in back of me know it or not, they are part of the Azzarelli family now, and they can ask Mr. Gilmartin, because he's been a part of the Azzarelli family now for at least 10 years. Dale Kaklak is the reason why I'm here. Thank you, Dale. And then, of course, we have Patrick Stoney Craig, who played the greatest minor you could possibly have. Right? That's 13 children, ladies and gentlemen. Busy man. And so now I introduce to you the cast of A Death of an Innocent Man. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you. Wow.
For you, Daddy.
I'm not going to open this right here. What's that? Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a block party over at the host company, right? And that's going on until whenever the food runs out. Yep. So feel free. And it's a beautiful day. The sun is out. Thank you again. Thank you very much.